Well, hello there, Craig the Scottish guy here, and welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm going to do the questions and answers which I was supposed to do last week, but unfortunately I was busy. So anyway, let's get to the nitty gritty and let's get to know each other a little bit personally. My wife, by the way, she's going to ask you questions while I sit here and answer them. So whenever you're ready, honey, she's over there.
Okay, first question. Anastasia, Cassie Perkins, and Sheila all want to know, when did you come to the US and why Texas in particular?
So it's Anastasia, Cassie Perkins and Sheila. I first came here 2008 on a visa. Spent most of the year here in 2008. I was backpacking, went to a horror convention, had known a lot of online friends, met up with about 15 or 20 people. We all went to this big horror convention, and one of the guys who I'd known online for about 5, 6, maybe 7 years, Jimmy, he turned up at the convention with his wife, and his wife met me in a bar one night, and she introduced me to this lady called Cheryl, who's over there laughing. And basically that's how I met my wife, was just through somebody I'd known for years online, had met up with him at a horror convention, brought along his wife and his little cousin, who happened to end up being my wife. And spent most of 2008 here on a visa. Then 2009 I actually came here as a permanent resident. So you could say I've either been here since 2009 as a permanent resident or 2008 on a visa. I say 2008 because I spent more of 2008 here what I did in Scotland. And the reason Texas is because my wife's from Texas. She was born in, where were we born? Houston. Houston. There you go. So that's that question.
Okay, Valerie Childress has two questions. First one, on what occasion does a Scottish person wear a kilt, and do the younger generation wear them as well?
Hey Valerie. Usually wear a kilt at weddings. I actually wore a kilt at my wedding, Royal Stuart Tartan. The younger generation, they'll wear them at weddings as well. I think people think that we wear kilts every day and we run around on a horse with a big sword shouting freedom with our face painted blue and white, but we don't. And you basically just wear a kilt at a wedding. That's basically the only special occasion, and that's it.
Alright, Valerie's second question. Do Scottish people get annoyed when Americans say, I'm Scottish, my ancestors came from there?
Sometimes. It doesn't really bother me, but when somebody says they're Scottish and I go, oh really? And they go, yeah, my great granddad was born in Scotland. Well, I think technically he ain't Scottish, so but that doesn't really bother me at all.
Okay, Matt has two questions. One, why do you love horror movies? And what was the first movie you watched that made you a horror fan?
Well, Matt was actually one of the guys that we met up with at the horror convention. Why do I love horror movies? He should know this question. He loves horror movies. Why do you love horror movies? Because we like being scared, and it's an easy way of cuddling up to a chick. You know, she gets scared, you put your arm around her, pull her in tight.
I jump at everything too.
Yeah. So, what was the other question Matt asked?
What was the first movie you watched that made you a horror fan?
Oh, let me think. I think there was three like low budget horror movies that kind of got me into that genre, so to speak. And that was The Town That Dreaded Sundown, The Legend of Boggy Creek, and The Boogeyman. But they're not your mainstream horror movies. The three big horror movies that really got me going was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Exorcist, and The Evil Dead. Also, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger, the first part scared me. Scared me so much I ended up going to get a Freddy Krueger tattoo. So there you go.
Cassie Perkins wants to know, do you have any degrees or trade skills?
Hey Cassie. No. The answer is no. Absolutely no degrees and no trade skills whatsoever. I've just coasted through life on good looks and my accent. So that's it.
Question number 2 for Cassie.
Cheryl's like,
what is the childhood toy you remember most?
my childhood toy. And by the way, I need to take a break because that's my daughter coming. What is it, honey? Okay, you wash your hands. Oh, that was fun. Childhood toy. I'll show you. Look how beat up this guy is. This is Lullaby. And he's the same age as me. And I'll be 44 this year. So he's been with me my entire life. Even brought him all the way from Scotland. I would give him to my son, but he's beat up. So that's my childhood toy.
David Foose wants to know, what do you miss most about living in Scotland?
Oh, food, British TV, football, hanging out with all my mates, going on stag do's, weekends away, the scenery, everything but the weather, because it's cold, wet and miserable all the time in Scotland.
David's second question is there any food that you miss that you can't get in the US?
Yes, black pudding, totty scones, square slice, haggis, lots of different chocolates and crisps, and there's a lot of food we can't find here that I miss. Yeah, fish and chips, proper fish and chips with salt and vinegar.
David's third question, have you ever lived in any other countries besides Scotland and the US?
No, just Scotland and here in the US.
Okay, DJ Rags asks, if you could visit any place and money is no option for 1 week, where would it be?
Money would be no option. Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, those kind of places. I've always wanted to go there, never been. I think that would be definitely top of my list.
Mary Lou wants to know, were you born in Scotland and what was it like growing up there?
Hey Mary Lou, yes, I was born and raised in Scotland. It's I was born in the 70s, early 70s, so growing up in the late 70s into the 80s and mid 80s, it was kind of economy wasn't great. Margaret Thatcher was in power, you know, with all the stuff going on with Russia. Jobs weren't great, unemployment was low. You grew up in a council estate in a council house, so basically you spend most of your time outside kicking a can or kicking a football, riding a BMX bike, just stuff like that. Nothing spectacular.
Trish Waddell wants to know, who inspired you to start making YouTube videos?
And I actually think her name is Trish Waddle.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to say that right or not. Sorry, Trish.
She's a Rangers supporter, and I think her name is the same as Willie Waddle. So,
okay.
There you go, Trish. What was that question?
Who inspired you to start making YouTube videos?
My wife. My wife actually suggested that I should do YouTube videos a long time ago because I was a stay-at-home dad and I just basically didn't listen to her. I kept going, I don't know anything about YouTube. I don't know anything about YouTube. I don't know anything about YouTube. So she was basically the one that got me into it, but that was like, I'd say a good year and a half before I even started doing anything. But it was my wife that actually suggested it in the first place.
Question 2 from Trish. What camera do you use to record your videos? I
use my iPhone 6. That's it, plain and simple, just a iPhone 6, nothing fancy.
Question 3 from Trish. If your kids were already grown up or you had to help with them, what kind of videos would you love to make the most?
Film locations. I really like film locations, abandoned buildings, any sort of haunted locations, stuff like that. That'd be cool. And I also want to say your question 2 about, was that question 2 what camera I use?
That's right.
It's the iPhone 6, but I also use iMovie to edit everything together. And when I got the iPhone 6, I got the app, and I think it was like $3 for iMovie. So you just record on the iPhone 6 and edit right there and then, upload to YouTube. And it's actually quite simple.
Trish's last question is, do you like Iron Brew?
Love Iron Brew. It's one of the other things that I think it was David was asking, what do I miss from Scotland, foods that we can't get here. Iron Brew, definitely. And for those who don't know, Iron Brew is Scotland's version of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mountain Dew. It's just a soda. And definitely Iron Brew. I grew up on it.
Alma Warren wants to know if you can play the bagpipes.
Hi Alma. No. I have, to be honest, I've never even tried. It takes a lot of hard work to play the bagpipes. I haven't got a lung power.
MJ wants to know what your favourite book is.
My favourite book? I don't think I've actually got a favourite book, but I like a lot of true crimes, unsolved murders, mysteries, stuff like that. Anything by Jack the Ripper. Right now I'm actually reading this book here. Let me show you this one. On Set with John Carpenter. So my wife got me that for Christmas not too long ago. Really digging this book. But basically any sort of true crimes, unsolved murders, anything about Jack the Ripper.
Sally Burns' question is, who's your favourite director?
John Carpenter. There you go. Yeah, favourite director by a mile. Favourite horror movie is Halloween, directed by John Carpenter. I also love The Thing, The Fog, Christine, Escape from New York, Assault in Precinct 13, Big Trouble in Little China. Basically anything John Carpenter's done I'll watch. I've seen it. Team Carpenter. Favourite director by a mile, but Alfred Hitchcock, number 2.
Okay, I'm probably going to say this wrong, but Humal Media asks, have you ever travelled abroad apart from the US?
Hi, Humal Media. I believe you guys are from Argentina. Have I ever travelled abroad? Apart from the US? Yes, I've been to, been to France, Germany, Netherlands, Spain, Greece, Turkey, Mexico, and of course I've also been to England, Wales and Ireland as well. So I've been to quite a few places.
Anne DeAnthony wants to know, what part of your heritage do you want to teach your children?
Oh, good question, Anne. All of it. I want them to know as much about Scotland as possible. My daughter's even picking up some Scottish words from me, and sometimes she sounds Scottish. Even the teachers at daycare are having a hard time understanding her, just the way she pronounced stuff. But I want them to know as much about Scotland as possible.
Last question. Alan Cleary asks, what do you miss about living in Port Glasgow?
Big Al. Big Al's one of my closest friends, has been for a long time. Been on holiday with Big Al, went to Spain, I think it was Ibiza, spent a couple of weeks there together, been to Amsterdam, lots of stag do's in England together. What do I miss about Port Glasgow? I miss everything but you. I'm only kidding, big man. Just hanging out with all my mates, getting together, going to the pub, watching the football, having a couple of pints, just hanging out, just seeing people I see on a regular basis, faces that I know. Just the usual kind of stuff that you'd miss. Miss the scenery. You don't realise you get a good view of the River Clyde from the port until you actually move away and you go, man, that place is beautiful. So, a lot, apart from you. Oh, big man, really kidding. Was that it? Was that all the questions?
That's it, you're all done.
We're all done. That was pretty quick and easy. And a bit awkward sometimes because I'm looking over here because my daughter is just like back and forth, back and forth. She keeps coming in here looking over, going, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Daddy? Trying to get my attention.
You can hear the toilet flushing and the sink going, so we're probably going to find a big wet mess in the bathroom.
Yeah. She just goes into the bathroom and flushes the toilet like 20 times for no reason. Then washes her hands, washes her face, then comes out and leaves the water running. Kids, who would, yeah, I'm lost for words. Anyway, that's it. So thanks for the questions and answers, and as always, oh, here she comes, here's my daughter. It's perfect time. Where is it, honey? Well, come on, Annie, see me. Come on. Here she comes.
You know, I'm going to sit somewhere.
Are you going to sit somewhere? Can you say something for Daddy? Can you say it real loud?
I love you.
I love you.
Do you mean to open this?
Not just now, but can you say this? Can you say mission accomplished?
No.
No. Can you say mission accomplished?
No.
I'll give you a cookie.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Can I have a cookie now?
Yes, you can have a cookie now.
Do you have?